Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. What a great day today. Just beautiful. Blue water, blue sky, no wind, glassy conditions. The surf wasn't that big, but it was just so much fun. Just smooth and easy to catch and ride. It was great fun. Had 5 friends there, so we had pretty good time joking around, surfing, catching waves together. It was just great, and that's why I say episode 70 is called Living the Dream. It's just why it's so expensive to live down here is for days like this in September when basically the surf season is at its best and the conditions are great. We got out of the water, it was because we were exhausted, not because the surf wasn't still good. There was tons of great surf and just couldn't surf at all. There was plenty of people, and it seemed like we all got along pretty well. There was one guy that tried to run over Craig. He was pretty close. You couldn't have got any closer to his board than this guy did, and he surfed right around him, and it was completely unnecessary. And some people just like to show off or prove that they're the good surfer. We really don't care how good you are. Just surf and have fun. There's no judges on the sand. So anyway, good day. Caught some great lefts and rights, both directions. A lot of peaks. Got long rides to the left. It seems like the lefts were a little longer again because the swell was coming out of the south. And usually this time of the year they come out of the north. So it's been a little more south than usual, which is good. Keeps the water warmer. And so that was a lot of fun. There was... as the tide started to fill in, the waves were about waist high. There was not really any really big sets that came through. They were all pretty small. But they were clean and smooth, and for the most part, we were surfing on the outside reef or whatever you want to call it. It's just sand, but it breaks further out and then dies. But as the tide started to fill in, it didn't break so much on the outside, and so the last half hour, I decided to move in, and I saw a couple of kids were surfing the shore break. So I caught a wave, and as I was riding it, and it was a right, and I was doing my thing, going right, I caught up to the kids that wanted to catch that wave because normally it would have fizzled, and then they would have catch the second break. But this one was big enough that it kept me in it, and I rode all the way into the shore, and I was watching these kids. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just do that. So I stayed in on the shore there, which was probably 50 yards in from outside, maybe a little bit more, and probably about 25 yards from the sand. And so I started catching waves left and rights there, mostly lefts, just doing my turns and everything. And for a while I was catching one after the other, paddle out, catch it, paddle out, catch it, paddle out, catch it. And I guess some people saw what I was doing, and the other 3 people that were there, the kids, and then pretty soon they all moved in. And now there's, instead of 4 of us, there's 10, 15 people on that shore break. And so it got real crowded right at the end there. And so it was hard to catch because there was so many people in the way. So you can catch the wave, but then you had to either get out of the way because someone already had it, or you had to dodge somebody that was paddling out. So it got real crowded. So decided that was it. Just the tide was too high and it wasn't breaking outside, and everybody moved into the shore break, so there wasn't much to surf. And so we called it a day on that, just paddled out, caught one more, and went home. And but as I looked back, I stood on the sand, looked back, and it was just a beautiful picture. This is like a poster for Southern California is that shot. We looking at the ocean and the pier and the blue water and the blue sky. And as I got to the car and put the board in, I turned around again and stood up on the edge of the truck, and I could see that whole panoramic view of the beach with the volleyballers setting up and the blue skies and the people walking and the people riding their bikes. And I was saying, well, this is why it costs so much to live in Southern California, is because this is the situation pretty much all year round, where you could bike and surf and walk and jog and volleyball and whatever you want pretty much every day of the week, every day of the year. And so that is the reason. Now, getting back a little bit into the water, as I was sitting there, somebody pointed outside, and there was a dolphin that launched himself out of the water. and got clean out of the water. And and you see that at SeaWorld, but you don't see it that much in the ocean. But those dolphins are mammals, and they like to play around too, and they do it for fun. They jump and swirl around and do the same thing we do, just have fun out in the ocean. So I mean, that's their home, and so it was kind of interesting to see them jumping. You don't see that very much. Usually you see them just kind of dipping, up and down as they breathe and move one direction or the other. But it basically was fun to watch that. I mean, it wasn't for more than 10 seconds, but it was still fun to watch. So just a beautiful day, good surfing conditions, small, and I took my bigger board to 7-footer, which was a good thing. I saw the cameras before I left, and I thought it's just not very big and it's not very powerful, so I'm going to need a little more flotation. And so I took the 7-footer, and I was sure glad I did, because that made it a whole lot easier to catch waves because they were so small, and I was able to get a lot more waves than I would have if I had the smaller one. And so everything worked out pretty good. Ran into some friends. We had, me and Craig went together, but then we ran into Mike and Mark, and then as we were getting ready to leave, Alan showed up, so we had 5 of us, pretty much all in one little space out there. So it was pretty fun to surf with friends, because you can joke around more and you can take off on a wave, and if they're on it, they don't care. So you can drop in on them and you surf together, which is fun. So it was a blast today. Good day. Perfect. Just awesome day in Southern California. Huntington Beach, north side. South side was breaking as well, but we ended up on the north side mainly because most of the kids from the high school are on the south side. It makes it way crowded. And so as they left, we just stayed on the north side. We did move closer to the pier as they left, but that's about the only adjustment we made. And so it was pretty dang good. So there you have it. Now's the surf season in Southern California, from now till December sometime, when the starts to get a little more stormy. Then it's more sporadic, but this is the perfect time of the year. So it's supposed to be really hot and good this weekend. One day next week looks like it might be cloudy, but perfect. Thanks for listening. I wish you were here. Surf on, and I'll see you later. Check out our sponsors, nappyclothing.com, Merch Hero, Task Bullet for all your office needs. Any job you have, they can handle it. And Swing Easy Hammocks for the easy hammock that you can fold up, put in your backpack, or put out in your backyard and hook it to a tree or whatever you want. Just awesome. Thanks for listening. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.